Hello friends, today we are going to study the elements of clause. In the last lecture, we saw definition of clause. So, a clause is made up of phrases. A clause has its own subject and predicator. But all not all the clauses are made up of only subject and predicator. There are some other elements of the clause, and to be precise, there are 5 elements of the clause, and you can see on your screen the clause elements. So, number 1 is predicator, number 2 subject, number 3 object, number 4 complement, and number 5 adverbial. Here the clause elements are shown in the order in which they are central or important to the clause structure. In other words, predicator is the most important element of the clause, and the last one, adverbial. So, adverbials are most optional and most mobile element of a clause. So, look at these examples. These two examples show all the clause elements. Look at the first example. Many people are painting their houses white these days. So, this example has all the clause elements according to their importance. So, many people is a subject, are painting predicator, their houses object, white complement, and these days is an adverbial. The second example also contains all the clause elements. They make him chairman every year. So, here also they come in the order of subject, predicator, object, complement, and adverbial. But remember, not all the clauses have all these elements. Some clauses are made up of only subject and predicator. There may be clauses which contain subject, predicator, object, or subject, predicator, adverbial, subject, predicator, complement. So, now we are going to study in some detail each of the clause elements. So, number 1 or most important clause element, as I just told you, is the predicator. Predicator is said to be nucleus element of the clause, or it is most important element of the clause because it is predicator which give complete meaning to the clause or a sentence, and the position or place of the predicator in each type of clause, that is declarative clause, interrogative clause, imperative clause, exclamatory clause. The predicate place of predicator is fixed. So, in a declarative sentence, predicator follows the subject. In other words, in a declarative sentence, in a statement, predicator comes immediately after the subject. In an interrogative sentence, predicator precedes the subject. It means that in a question, predicator comes before the subject and imperative clauses begin with the predicator, or commands, orders begin with a predicator. Then one more important point is that there must be subject verb concord in the given clause. So what is subject verb concord? In simple words, we must choose the predicator according to the subject. Look at first example. Many people like white color. Here subject is plural, and so predicator is also plural. Look at second sentence. Priyanka likes blue color. Here the subject Priyanka is a singular subject, and so we must use singular subject likes. Now look at the third example. He are reading a book. Now this is not a correct sentence, or in this sentence there is no subject verb concord, because in this particular sentence the subject he is singular and the verb or predicator used are is a plural predicator, and so we can say that there is no subject verb concord in this particular sentence. As I just told you about the place or position of the predicator in the given sentence. Look at the first example. I went home early. This is a declarative sentence or a statement. So subject comes after, the predicator comes after the subject. Then had he given the girl an apple? In this sentence, or this is interrogative sentence, a question, and in this question the subject is placed between auxiliary verb and main verb, and as you can observe, the last sentence, close the door, it is a command, it is an imperative sentence, and so it begins with a verb or predicator.